guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm gonna show you how I created this very natural looking guest makeup. Wedding season's coming up, so to know how I created this, please keep on watching. So before I start my makeup, I'm gonna use this Wishful from Huda Beauty skincare. It's a mild exfoliating scrub. Why I'm using this step here is because I want my makeup to really look flawless. So before we apply makeup, especially when we go for events like this, we have to make sure that we remove the dead cells of our skin so that our makeup applies really well. And now I'm gonna moisturize my skin using my Murad moisturizer. It's a clarifying moisturizer. Actually, it makes the acne scars invisible. I haven't seen much of any big changes, but it has actually controlled my acne and it doesn't break me out, so I really like this as well. For my eye cream, I'm using the Estée Lauder eye concentration. At the beginning it looked like it wasn't working or there was nothing big of a difference, but as I use it I can see that it's actually hydrating my eyes really well, and also has reduced the fine lines and my dark circles to some extent. So maybe in a long term this might help to permanently remove the fine lines off maybe. So yeah, my prepping is done, and for my lip balm I'm gonna use the Sebamed baby lip balm. It's a sensitive lip balm, sensitive lip balm, but it's also very hydrating. Next step, I'm gonna prime my face. This is actually gonna help the foundation stick on to the face like skin really easily and better, and also it's gonna fill in pores, and it also make the face slightly blurred out. And the next step, I'm gonna use my favorite illuminator. Since it's an event and we will be photographed a lot, we have to make sure our skin looks healthy as well. When you don't use a lot of moisturizer and illuminating products, your face might look a little bit cakey, so make sure you hydrate and use a lot of moisturizer and illuminating products underneath, even if you're oily skin, and then later on powder it, so that way it still looks healthy and your skin will look like as if you're wearing less makeup. So to color correct, I'm using my orange corrector under the eyes and around my mouth area. I'm just blending it slightly. I only used very little product so that it doesn't ruin the foundation's color. To color correct the orange corrector, I'm gonna conceal it with my Estée Lauder Double Wear Concealer in the shade 5W. It actually neutralizes and also conceals my dark circles and my... Now for my foundation, I'm using the MAC NC45 Studio Fix Fluid Foundation. It's a very lightweight foundation, and also if you set it properly this won't budge, but when you don't set it with powder it will actually melt off. So make sure you set this foundation really well so that it doesn't come off. But extremely hot weather or extremely humid conditions, this foundation won't work. For that I would always recommend the Estée Lauder Double Wear Foundation, which is great for any kind of tropical climate. So I'm just blending it all over my face and also taking it to my ears and my jaw areas. Don't miss your ears and your neck so that it'll all look uniform. And for my highlighting concealer, I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Tan Sand, just slightly under my eye and around my mouth and the bridge of my nose, and also some on my forehead, and blending everything together. Blending is key, so take some time and blend really well. I show it only half of what I'm blending here, but I actually shoot videos for 1.5 hours long, so just imagine how much I would be blending. Now I'm going to set everything with my translucent setting powder, the Laura Mercier translucent powder, which is my favorite and doesn't have any flashbacks. So before I start my eye makeup, I'm also making sure that my eye area is well primed, so I'm using the MAC's paint pot in the shade Laying Low. Now for my eye makeup, I'm using the Colourpop Yes Please palette, which I haven't, I actually forgot I had this palette, but it was such a beautiful everyday neutral palette. So I'm using the basic transition shade from the palette, like slight orange from the palette, and applying it all over my crease. And now for my outer corners, I'm going to use the dark brown from the palette and blend it well at the outer corners. I'm going to keep this makeup very simple and quick and easy, because we won't have much time, to get ready on a special day. Like, we'll be so busy and hurried up, so I'm going to keep it really simple and quick. For my lid area, I'm going to apply this pinkish bronze shade. It has a little bit of pinks in it, so I'm going to apply it very slightly on my lid area. And to centers the halo look, I'm going to apply that goldeny shade from the palette to give it a little bit of sheen to the center of my eyelids, so that it'll look really nice in videographs and photographs. Since my sari is black, the gold and the brown combinations will even more look nice. Now that is done, I'm going to dust off my bake, which I left for a while now. So I'm going to dust it off, and after that I'm going to set my whole face with MAC's Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade Dark. Why I prefer MAC Mineralized over the Studio Fix powder foundation is because that's a little bit more heavier than this one. It's very light on the skin, and also the shade matches me perfectly, so I like this powder a lot. And also it's very, very light. It doesn't make your face too matte, it just keeps a little bit of sheen, which I really like. Now I'm going to fill in my eyebrows, the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow pencil in the shade Ebony. I'm going to quickly fill in the sparse areas and just comb through. Always make sure you comb your brows often while you fill in, so that you will know, and the products also will get dispersed. To set everything in place, I'm going to use my ABH brow mascara in the shade Ebony as well. Always make sure your brows are a little darker than usual when you go for events like this, because photographs, the flashes actually kind of wash out the eyebrows, so make sure it's a little bit more darker. And for bronzing, I'm using my ABH bronzer in the shade Mahogany, slightly on the hollows of my cheeks to give a little bit of warmth to the skin, which the foundation must have taken away. And also sculpting the jawline and sides of my nose to have a little bit more contoured look. And for my blush, I'm using my recent favorite Milani blush in the shade Spiced Rose. It has a little bit of shimmers in it, but it is also very peachy, which I really love, and it's very complimenting for my skin tone and also for this look, so I chose this blush today. For my highlighter, I'm using the Bonnie Luminizer from the Balm Cosmetics. There's the Betty Luminizer and the Mary Luminizer. They are two extremes. Mary Luminizer is very light and Betty Luminizer is darker for my skin tone. This was recently launched. It's in between. It's perfect highlighter for my skin tone. So anybody who falls in my skin tone, like NC45 to NC46, can go for this highlighter. It's beautiful highlighter. As you blend, the shimmers won't be visible, so that's my favorite part of it. And for my eyeliner, I'm using my Inglot number 77 highlighter, like as usual in all my videos. I'm just not winging my eyeliner today. I'm just keeping it really simple and slightly thicker on the outer ends. and highlighting my inner corner using my highlighter. I prefer highlighting my brow bone and my inner corner with the same highlighter I use for my face because it'll all look evened out. So set everything, I'm using the MAC Fix Plus, the flavored one in the watermelon flavor, and just drying off quickly. Make sure you always dry off your setting spray before you move on, because otherwise it might ruin the makeup, all the effort you've taken so far. So to line my lips, I'm using the NYX lip liner in the shade Urban Cafe, and for lipstick I'm using ABH Catherine. I'm using a brush to apply it so that the color is actually really sheared out, because sometimes, when you directly apply from the liquid lipstick, it might be a little thick on the lips. So to avoid that, I'm going to use a brush here. And next I'm curling my lashes before I apply mascara. And I'm using my Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. It's a beautiful mascara. I really love it. And also it's really easy to take off, which is very important for me because I do not like having waterproof mascaras. So yeah, that's all for the finished look. And yeah, here it is. I've added some jewelry, bindi, and also did a slight hairstyle, nothing major. It looks really natural and also very presentable. So that's the eye look. Very simple and easy. This is very apt and appropriate for morning time looks, which is why I kept it very natural. Hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and also consider subscribing to my channel. So meet in another one. Bye guys.